Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, the evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a love of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone.
Ahoy, cyber matey!
What's up? Wow.
Our Hoshi blow in South America.
I just got let into Peru. I'm at the border right now, like literally. Please don't come find me, but like I'm right here. The border is right here. I just did all the paperwork, spent the last few hours doing that, and now we're officially in country number 13. Yeah, I'm right at you can see maybe the flag, the Peruvian flag right there.
Oh, it's the border right there? Nice.
Yeah, like literally the safest spot to probably have this conference call. Because all the other borders between Peru and Ecuador are closed. There's only one open. It was pretty busy today in the morning. Not as busy as yesterday. My friends went through yesterday, and then the immigration system completely failed. So people were standing in line for 4 to 5 hours. So a 2-hour process for me today was very
you had to get out of your car, or you stayed in your car the whole time?
No. I have to get out. Okay. So there's like a 4-step process. You cancel your tip for the car, you stamp yourself out, and then you stamp yourself in the new country, and then you do the tip. So it's always
what do you mean by tip? What's a
tip? A tip is a temporary import permit. So gotcha. Every country that you go in, you have, depending on your visa time, that's kind of what they align with. But it's like a little visa for the car itself. But it's the most important document that you have for the vehicle besides your registration and title. And I just got it done for free, actually. I always make copies of the new tip because usually when I get pulled over, I give them that copy, not the real thing. They also don't really know the difference between the two. Because if I have to dip, let's say they want money out of me, I can just leave with no strings attached. So I just did that, and that's always the final step before I go into the country. And then right now, after our call, I'm gonna go exchange some money and then figure out my charging, because this is probably because of all the border crossings, it is pushing me to the coast, and the chargers that are along the coast don't work. And of course, I can charge 220, but I also don't know how that's gonna work. At first, when I left Ecuador, the reason why I was because of all the chargers that are along the coast all have been offline, and there isn't much information on the EV network in Peru. And then the people that went through Peru a few years ago, they were giving me some tips and stuff, but everything changes and there's not really much information to go off. Yes, I'm always a little bit nervous the first charge of a country, because the public chargers don't actually hit till you get to Lima, which is like another 500 miles.
Do you know if these chargers are government owned or private company?
That's a good question. I think this is probably the most research I've ever done on a country, because there is so little information. I kind of have to dig everything up myself. But I think they are privately owned, and I think they're free, but there's no app. There's nothing for me to see if they're online. The reviews on PlugShare are old. But sometimes when I go into countries and I meet other owners of EVs, they give me their local tips. Like they give me their local app, because there's local apps as well, right? Oh, and that was the issue too. When I left Ecuador, the fast charging network kicked me out. I couldn't add any money to my account, so I couldn't fast charge. So I was not left stranded, but I was pushed back 2 days. And then I slept at a dealership. They let me sleep inside the service center because the charger outside stopped working when I started charging. I mean, this is all part of my video. I'm recording all this, but I had a really peaceful night. But without their help, it would have been another 2x difficulties of getting out of Ecuador. Because I charged to 100, and I only charge to 100 when I'm really, really unsure. And I was super conservative driving here. Like for like 160 miles, I used about 10% because I was just going downhill, which is probably the most efficient I've ever driven, which is super cool. Because I was like, wow, I am really just using maybe less than 100 watts per mile, right? Or less. Like it was like 30, 40.
Okay.
But now, because I'm running the AC pretty hard, because it's like over 100 degrees right now, because I think I could charge at campgrounds that are along the coast, it should be okay. But at first, I was really just unsure. It also is 220 here. 220 is great for charging as a slow charger versus 110.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's kind of what the last few days have been.
Any issues with them searching your car at any of the borders?
No, because I haven't gone through that checkpoint yet. I'm still in the... Like, honestly, some borders are like, you could just drive through illegally and nobody would ever know. But there are checkpoints on the highways where if you get caught, you'd probably be arrested. So
I went to Niagara Falls in Canada.
Yeah.
So I crossed over from American Niagara Falls to Canadian. They tore apart half my car.
Yeah.
Just going into Niagara Falls, Canada. It's American to Canadian side border, and I'm in a major area. Ridiculous. I'll never go into Canada again because of that. It was ridiculous. It took me hours to put everything back the way it was.
Yeah. Going off that, my first time ever that I did where I first got ever searched, because I would go to Canada all the time. It was my last time actually going there last year, the year before. And they searched me too for like half an hour. And I took it kind of personal, but then I realized like, hey, like this might be what the process might be like every time you cross into Central and South America. And I've never really been searched. By police. I've been searched by cartel, which is another fun story. But those searches are... How do I describe that? You're nervous, but they're very polite. Like, as crazy as it sounds, police are usually the most annoying because they're trying to get money out of you. And cartel, the checkpoints I've been through, they just like knock on the panels. They ask where you're coming from. They don't check license. They check nothing. They just check if you don't have any drugs or weapons or money.
Oh, because they don't want you competing with them.
Yeah, they're just double checking their... Yeah, I didn't highlight that in Mexico because I was concerned for my safety. I didn't want to talk about cartel, but it was just for my safety because I knew that some content creators have had issues of speaking out against them and then being killed. So I had a strict policy of no cartel related things.
You see, a woman was kidnapped in Mexico who was in a Cybertruck.
Oh, no, I didn't see it. Yeah. Oh, my God.
That happened a day or two ago.
Was she a foreigner or was she a national? Or was she from there?
I think she was like a model, like an OnlyFans model or...
Oh, God.
Yeah. And she got... I got to double check that. Let me see.
Could you... I think also, honestly, like... Did they take your car or did they just kidnap her?
Kidnapped in Cybertruck, Mexico. Let's see. Phoenix woman. OnlyFans star. Yeah, here we go. American OnlyFans star with Mexican cartel ties, kidnapped and gunpoint outside mall, was captured on her Cybertruck's cameras as she struggled against multiple attackers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's right.
Honestly,
there.
I try not to read that stuff because it puts anxiety in my head.
Yeah.
But I also think there's more to that story that we don't see, right? For them to kidnap a foreigner, even cartel, it's a big deal for them because it's usually bad business.
Yeah.
And foreign countries get involved. So it doesn't make you immune. It does not make you immune, but it adds complexity. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about other stuff.
Good stuff. What's happening? Good stuff. So I just did my Tesla Pirate Light Show event in St. Augustine, which is the oldest fort in all of the United States, built in 1695. And we had 20 Teslas all doing sea shanty songs and clips from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies right in front of the fort.
Cool.
And we had a bunch of cool Tesla decorations. We had where is it? There we go. We got a Tesla pirate hat. I was wearing my Tesla eye patch.
Nice.
And somebody put 3D printed cannons on their Cybertruck, and they hooked up a fog machine to them. And when the cannons were firing during the light show, they activated the fog machine, so it looked like smoke was coming out of the cannons on the Cybertruck.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was a good fun one. When's the last time you did a light show?
Ecuador on New Year's.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with a bunch. It was really nice. I was at campground Coco de Vista. I spent 2 weeks there. And yeah, around like New Year's, I did the light show. It was beautiful. It was cool because there was a lot of people from Ecuador there. They were really excited to see a Tesla. They could not believe that. Usually, it's like that's the kind of case. They've never seen a Tesla in person.
Yep.
They've never seen an X dance. So it's like it's less for me. It's more just for them because I feel really awkward sometimes. But I know just especially kids, they get so excited, and that's kind of even the guy today, the customs guy was super stoked to see a Tesla. He like asked to see the inside. He wasn't really like inspecting it because I know the difference between inspecting and just wanted to take a peek. Yeah, so I tried to do that. Like I haven't seen any other Tesla besides one only in Colombia when I was about to exit another X. I think it was a 2018, 2019 Model X, like the early generations or earlier.
Wow. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then we flashed lights to each other, and then we went the other way. But it was literally, I think, on my way to exit the border. We had Colombian plates.
Okay. Gotcha.
But besides that, I don't really see a Tesla. I haven't seen Tesla.
You should find cool like backdrop locations and like incorporate it into your videos a little bit. Like if you find an old fort, do a pirate light show in front of it, or you find a statue of a heart, do a love song light show in front of it, or you find something from the 80s, do a Michael Jackson's. Like the possibilities are endless. Might as well. If you find cool backdrop locations to do a Tesla light show in front of. Yeah. Probably only going to be there once in your life with a Tesla that could dance.
Yep. No, it's wild, man. I'll definitely consider it because I feel so fortunate that I get to do this trip. Especially it really hits me every time I go into a new country. Like I'm so stoked. I'm like high on excitement and thrill. It's also crazy because everything is funded by YouTube, which I'm very, very grateful for. I'm very protective of my audience too. And I try to serve them the best that I can. Like I try to explain the highs, also the lows of traveling, and just show that how well things are managed in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Europe, and Asia, parts of Asia with charging network. Because the lack here, like literally, like you don't have to think twice. Cars can drive. Like there was a guy that drove coast to coast on FSD, right? Which is insane. Which is awesome that he did that. I hope he gets to travel up to Alaska too. I hope he drives up to the Arctic Ocean, because there are superchargers now in Alaska all the way up to Fairbanks, and then Fairbanks to Prudhoe Bay is another like 500-600 miles. But you can do in the summertime. There's probably a RV. Like I want to do that trip once I get back to the US to kind of do the
winters. of the supercharging passport winners. Max, what's his name? He reposted the winners, and he was like, "Thank you for all of your feedback, winners, including more superchargers, of course." But he also specifically mentioned Alaska supercharger availability in his post. He's highlighting that as a feedback from all the winners, so that makes me think they're going to be doing a lot more work there because he's highlighting the feedback.
Yep, I think the biggest thing for Tesla to officially be able to say, "Hey, we've electrified pretty much all Canada and the United States."
50 states.
Yeah, if they bridge the gap between Prince George and where's Anchorage, because that's literally it's just flow chargers and some destination chargers. I was a little bit bummed, like I'll be honest, that I didn't win the passport challenge. I also and that's because maybe my ego, but like dude, I would love to have free supercharging on this car, like, but I already lived on the road 2 years in US and free charging. I also have some credits that people that have purchased Tesla using my link, so it's not like I'm left in the dark. But it was like I drove through cartel country. Like I had been to Alaska, right, 2 times. I did it in 23.
I think in 2024 or 2023, you probably would have won.
Yeah, because I did all the superchargers. There were 2 chargers there. It was one in Anchorage and then just outside of Anchorage. I've been to both. Yeah, I've been to Fairbanks. Like I had done that trip with mass plates at the time when I first got the car. Maybe they never saw my entry point. But you know what it is? Yeah. See, look, those didn't even exist when I went there.
All these added in the past year, pretty much, most of them.
Yeah. No, that's awesome and they're 250s too. So
325. 320.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I actually went to Fairbanks in the interior. I know where their training grounds is, or not training grounds, but like the research grounds where they test out.
Yeah, extreme. Picture of the CyberCast there just the other day.
Yeah, no, I saw that. So, it was, yeah. So, yeah, I'll say it one more time. I was a little bit disappointed that Tesla didn't consider my entry because I drove through cartel country. Like I had been strip searched. Like I did all the fast chargers pretty much in Mexico that I could hit.
Yeah. So I checked the stats of the winners, and I had more unique sessions than all of those winners.
Yeah. So,
but fortunately, that wasn't a category they were counting.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that other people got the charge, and it's fine. Once I get down to Chile, I'm really curious what my charging experience will be with the superchargers.
There's more signs pointing that they're going to release a unlimited supercharging subscription. So the fact that they're making FSD subscription only, they already have subscriptions for supercharging for non-Teslas. It's just that I forgot what the kilowatt caps are. But yeah, I think they'll eventually make that an unlimited supercharging and monthly subscription. Pay what, $200 or $300 a month, maybe? They probably charge $300 a month, I'd say. And then you get unlimited supercharging. Would that be worth it to you? $300 a month? If you were back in supercharger territory?
I don't know. Because I got around my first 2.5 years completely free, mostly. So I don't know. I have to consider it. I honestly for me, buying a new X wouldn't be worth it for spend another 100K and then but yeah, for me, there's not really much that I would like to have but free supercharging because it's just convenient. But I'll be honest, the people that have bought Teslas using my links when I was living in the US, traveling around, that's how I supercharge. So that was the first 10, another year, another 10. So Yeah, so I was getting around. So it wasn't like I needed it, but it would have been cool to come back to US to just have that for the lifetime of Beluguita. Because I don't really want to sell this car. This car for me is kind of my forever car.
Yep.
I don't know. I have looked in Cybertrucks, but I could not. I was thinking this the other day. I could not imagine driving through Central and South America with a Cybertruck. Like here, like even yesterday, I was parked in a national park, wild camping. And I parked in the back. They let me park in the back, off like parking limits. And I tried to prepare lunch, and it got me 3 hours because everybody wants to talk, which is, I take the time. I really take the time because people see me, people are excited, right?
Yep.
So I feel kind of an ambassador of some part. Also,
The
that's
car
how you
makes you
make.
celebrity.
Yeah, no, it's an icebreaker, and you get to meet really cool and interesting people through that, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a Cybertruck because sometimes people don't think it's a Tesla because there's no emblem up front. There's only in the back that little plaque that says Tesla, but it's all usually dirty, so you don't really see the letters. So
Yep.
unless you know cars, you don't really know it's a Tesla. So I can't imagine what it would be like to have a Cybertruck. Like I still can hide under the radar pretty well, right? And
Yep.
that's something that as much as I love doing YouTube, I still like to have my introverted time and just not talk to anybody.
Me too. I'm the
Uh,
same way.
yeah.
You mentioned your referral link earlier. That'd be a good way to essentially get free supercharging is if you feature your referral link in more of your videos. More people use your referral link, you get Tesla credits, and you can use those Tesla credits to pay for Tesla supercharging. So
I
if you
should.
feature your referral link, yeah.
That's right. I'll leave it down in below in my description because I have it in my YouTube videos, but you're right. I don't think I promoted it enough. It's more just for the people that, yeah, no, I could promote it more because I have like, I think $1,400 left of credits that expire this year in July.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll definitely promote, but it's also I can't really use them right now. But that's
Yeah.
not true.
Accessories.
I accessories, I can order parts. Like I don't know about you, but my fender, what are they called? My fenders.
The trim near the
There's a
wheel well?
Yeah. What are they called?
Yeah.
Fenders.
I just call it the wheel well trim. It's constantly getting loose and popping off on my X all the time. I've been having to use super glue over the years to stay on.
I think this is the 8th one that I've had on. Because I drive through water, but I zip tied this one back. This one is still in a good place, but the other ones they snapped off. Zip ties. Yeah, like those were kind of free. My windshield or the Falcon door that I replaced a long time ago, I was able to do that. So it's like I'm so grateful for people that buy Teslas using my link, and because it just reduces my costs over time of ownership.
Yeah, put that link in your descriptions and also put it in your profile bios on all of your social channels as well. And then if you do have time or if it feels right, throw in, hey, don't forget, order a Tesla with my referral link if it feels right in the video. Otherwise, just put in the descriptions. Oh, if you send it to me, I'll put in the descriptions of these videos as well.
Yes. Sorry, it is so hot right now that. And I don't have any shade. That my Starlink, I think, might be overheating, but it's 45 degrees to Celsius. Let me see what that is.
Yeah, mine's overheated a few times.
So it's 113 degrees here right now.
Yeah,
it's hot. But honestly, like I've been in the mountains for a few weeks, so I'm kind of like happy to have this heat.
Yeah, you're lucky because
go ahead.
The entire United States is freezing right now. Except for Florida, actually. Yeah, only U.S. Florida's the only place. No, Hawaii.
Is it actually that bad? Because I saw some things on X.
There's 150-degree temperature difference between the hottest point in the U.S. and the coldest point. So it's like 90 degrees in Miami, and it's like negative 50 in Minnesota. So it's like 150-degree temperature differential.
Damn! Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, no, I'm just here in Peru right now, just chilling. Yeah.
Rest of the country is suckers.
I'm gonna send a picture. I'm actually posting on X like, hey guys, hope you guys are staying warm out here. Yeah. But even yesterday, there was a couple vans from Argentina that were traveling together, and at like 9 p.m., I'm like, wait, that's a weird sound coming from my car, and I'm like, no, it's the generator outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just in there with cab mode, but like it did freak me out for a bit because I'm like,
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what car brand dealership was the one that you're staying in? I'm curious about that.
Chevrolet.
Interesting.
Oh,
Chevy.
and they were so nice. They were so stoked that they gave me a tire rotation and balancing for free.
Wow.
Because I told you I don't carry a spare tire with me, so I really like to take care of my tires. So I try to do the little things right, especially with the cambered wheels in the back. But they were so stoked to see a Tesla to work on one. I gave them a full tour, and then they let me charge for free. They let me go inside the shop and let me use their bathroom. And then I slept in the shop essentially. And then at 7, I left. So nice. So nice.
Super nice. Wow. Shout out to Chevy Ecuador.
Yeah. I honestly, and I mentioned that in my video too, like, I was so surprised that they let me do it because usually I get a lot of no's. But I'm like, no. Let's give it a try. Let's put that assumption aside. Let me just have a conversation with the guy. He told me to come back later today to do the tire rotation for free, and then he let me charge inside, which is also a big thing because one, they were like, okay, we'll let you charge outside. You can stay the night. You talk to security, and they're like, well, the charger doesn't work anymore. I think the breaker was overheating because it was super hot. They're like, you can park inside and you can charge on this 220 outlets, which was awesome. And they didn't charge a dime. I wanted to give them some money, but they're like, nope, we're not taking it. So
even Tesla is like, whenever I have to get my Tesla service, and if it's a big job, I'm like, either you guys got to let me stay in the parking lot or fix as much as you can, and then I'll drive away, and then I'll come back in the morning. Of the dozens of times I've had to have big work done on my Tesla, almost every time except for one, they're like, yeah, we're just going to do as much as you can, we're going to get you out of here. They didn't want me staying there on site, except for this one place in Jersey where I had body work. They let me stay in the parking lot. Otherwise, every time they're like, yep, we're doing as much as we can. You're going to leave with half your bumper attached, and you can drive down the road, and then you can come back in the morning. We don't want you staying here.
Yep. No, it's just, I think I was only able to sleep at Tesla because I worked at Tesla at that time. My boss, he was just super, like, he didn't really care, to be honest, because I wasn't really like I had all the employee benefits anyway, so I wasn't just like milking anything that I could milk. Like, everything was already kind of accessible to me. Everybody who does the Pan American has their own experience, right? There's people that just do off-road tracks. There's people that just do campsites. There's people that do a mix. And then there's kind of electric expeditions. And the reason why I say electric expeditions, and I speak Spanish, so my ability to connect with people at a deeper level is my experience. Especially with when I met those guys at Chevrolet, they were really, really chill, right? And I was able to communicate, kind of explain to me the charging network had kicked me out, that I really don't have any other options because I had a 110 at that moment, which didn't really excite me. Yeah, and then campgrounds, like even yesterday at the national park, after they closed, they let me stay, of course, and they gifted me free food, right? Like, they have vendors there all day. Then they gifted me the food. I'm like, no, let me pay. So I end up giving me my last few dollars. But yeah, they were like literally giving me food, like I was one of their own, and
nice.
Yeah, it was so. Look what pulled up next to me. It's a German couple with a huge Mercedes.
One of those.
Yeah, those huge overlanding trucks. I know them. I actually just told them that they had to get their paperwork situated. They never got stamped out of Ecuador because it's easy to miss. It's really easy to miss to cancel your tip for your vehicle. So they were in line here for Peru, and we were like talking, and I'm like, we were talking, and I'm like, no, you guys still didn't do part 1 yet. And they're like, wait, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. It's really easy to pass by. I got a little escort by a local guy because the entrance is really easy to miss. So I actually I went the wrong way, and the guy's like, no, go the other way. I'll lead you there. So yeah. But anyway, so these are Germans. They have huge rakes, huge rakes. Hey, look at that.
Oh wow! Are they storing stuff outside on the side? It looks like there's like luggage compartments there.
Yeah. Look, they have those are spare parts. So usually people who drive the Pan American that have vehicles like this, they carry like, I don't know what percentage, but they carry like their brake pads, a bunch of extra stuff that they can't just order. So that's why they have those little totes or like storage compartment. That's their diesel tank.
Okay.
That's good for about 1,000 miles. And actually, surprisingly, these expedition vehicles inside don't have as much storage as it looks like, because it's kind of boxy. There's a lot of like insulation and stuff. So the box itself is not the biggest. But yeah, I talk to all the overlanders, because I like to get to know people. I want to know why they're traveling, you know. But they're
back up. You mentioned earlier you don't like to have a spare tire. How come you don't like a spare tire?
For the first 2 years on the road, I never had a spare tire with me. And then I never had a flat with these tires, right? And I did take it very serious from my trip to South America, and I was trying to put something on the hitch or maybe on the glass, but it would add complexity to my setup. Yeah, I was like, at the end of the day, after researching it, I was going to build it myself. I decided not to.
It fits under my bed. I don't even notice it.
I know. You told me. I think once I made the jump into Mexico, I was like, it's too late for me to do anything about it now. I really thought about it. I thought about removing this seat here, which I never use. Like right now, it's just a blanket on there, and taking that seat out and then putting the tire there, like a full spare, like rim and tire.
Yep.
Then decided not to because I was kind of lazy.
I think you could get like a tow hitch holder. I think that would work good.
And maybe that's for a trip to Asia or something. I think at this point in time, I'm on adding anything. Because it's just hard to get stuff shipped and pick up, and it makes stuff more complex. And then here, look. So here, I'll show you a little bit. So that's the customs guy. He comes out. He checks the VIN. He checks the chassis, which is for me just the same. And then they just do like a walkthrough through the vehicle, and it's a pretty straightforward. After like 10 or 12 borders, you kind of get used to it. It is a half-day process. Oh yeah, see, no, I had to consider that. I had to consider that.
That'd be simple. You could plug it. You have a Model X, so it comes with a tow hitch, and then you just mount the tire onto there. You wouldn't have to like do anything special on your trunk or on the roof or anything. And this only costs $80.
I wanted to get one that would swing out, where
like this.
Yeah, so like a 4Runner, something like that. 4Runners have that pretty often. I was like negotiating with Falcon, the tire brand, and that kind of fell through. So I think that was for me like, okay, I just don't go with spare. And I've been lucky. I do it. Look, I'll be honest, Carson. Here, I do pick up nails. That's a good luck.
Nice.
And I just picked up a nail today as well. Actually, I need to put that in the see. Ta-da! I picked up a nail. So anytime I see one on the streets, it's my good luck karma. So
that's nice. And you're saving all of them. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's a collection. It's a collection on through the Americas.
Yeah, label that bag like Pan American Highway Trip, and then you start a fresh bag for your next road trip.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. Like, guys, look at Grandpa. Look what he did back in his 20s. He collected nails.
You got it. You got it framed on the wall.
I will. I thought about throwing it out months ago. I'm like, no. This is good luck. This is why I need it, because I don't carry a spare, so that's my good luck spare right there. So
I got you. I was burned a few times. Like Tesla show up, like, yeah, we're gonna send you. We got a loaner tire for you. No problem. Hour and a half later, they send a tow truck, and the tow truck driver doesn't have a flatbed, and he has no idea how to tow a Tesla. So I've been burned by Tesla so many times. I just bit the bullet and got the spare tire. Played a little bit of Tetris in the back of my Tesla, made it fit perfectly behind my clothes and underneath the bed, and now I sleep so much better.
Nice. No, that's I told Nico got the extra. I told him to swap. Like, if there's any advice, I'll be like, yo, brother, just don't drive with those 22s. Like, you will hit a pothole, or those tires, they're performance tires, so they're not really meant for anything besides racing, really. And I don't think the X is really meant for racing, right?
In the Plaid, you can go 0 to 60 2.4, but still.
Yeah, no, it's super fast. But if you're trying to go it on a racetrack, it's not really meant for racing. It doesn't have really. Does the X Plaid have track mode?
I always get confused. I think I get confused which models have track mode and which don't. I think it has something. The S definitely has. The S Plaid definitely has.
Yeah.
Unclear if the X Plaid has it or not. I would think it does, because it's the same motor design. It's tri-motor, and they're running the same computers on both products, but not necessarily 100% chance. I mean, let's look at it. No, we know it's coming to Google Meet soon. Is Gemini. So eventually we can be like, hey, Gemini, does the Model X Plaid have track mode?
That's cool.
Model X Plaid have track mode?
I'm just putting you down for a second, just drinking my yogurt.
Okay, let's see. The Model X Plaid does not currently have track mode as a standard feature.
And that doesn't surprise me.
In 2023, but it's never come.
Yep. So that's why I think it's not really meant for racing, right?
It has a drag strip mode, though.
Yeah, but I have that too.
Yeah.
So I don't use it ever. I've used it once or twice, which is a lot of fun. But after that, it's like, I don't really need it.
Yeah. You're not going to much drag strips in South America.
No. There are some really nice highways where you can't rip it, though. But then you're like, yeah, my range, I kind of need that. So I drive really slow. Like, I go 40, 50 miles per hour. Like 50 is like pushing it. Also, that's my self-insurance, because there's another guy. His name is David. He did the Pan America. So he drove from LA to Brazil.
Yep.
2.5 years ago, right? So some of the PlugShare reviews are from him, right? Or they're only reviews sometimes. And he had gotten in an accident in Mexico. He hit another car head on, pretty much. He's okay. The car is repairable. But it just shows that driving is the most dangerous thing that you could do. That's why I don't rip it. That's why I don't, like, I know people want to race. Like, for me, it's just like, no, like, this is my expedition vehicle, daily driver, and home. So I'm not in any service centers. Like, there's no collision centers here, no service centers. I'm on my own. So I take it slow.
Speaking of insurance, what are you doing for car insurance when you're down there? How's that work?
Yeah. So I have, for South America, there's called a SOAT insurance. I don't know what it stands for, but SOAT covers you very basically, like, nothing, but it is required. Ecuador doesn't require insurance, which is also a whole nother thing, which means people, if you get in an accident, it's you have to be very careful, because if people can't even pay for insurance, they cannot pay for damages, right?
Yeah.
But I have a Latin American coverage, that covers me for 4 months for South America. And then Peru has a different SOAT. So that's what you buy here. And the reason why I'm pointing out my window, because there's a little booth right there.
Yep.
For all vehicles that you have to buy. It is like $12 for 30 days. Remember, if it's cheap, it doesn't cover much. So it's basically like $30,000 for collision and like $50,000 for third-party liability, which is literally, I think that's on the high end. It's not much because things add up pretty quick when they collision. So yeah, so you can buy international plans with a foreign vehicle, and then every country, sometimes you have to buy an additional plan for like less than $20 for a month. But it doesn't cover it. It doesn't even cover tows. Like it's so little. But it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Because, I've had friends that have had accidents on the road, and it is a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess here in America, so I can't even imagine it down there.
Yep. Exactly. But it's all part of the experience. That's why I don't drive at night. I don't drive fast. I plan my routes. I give people their space.
Yep.
I'm not trying to prove a point here. Like, I know people drive very nonchalant and very not great. Actually, I'll put it like that. They drive so bad. They drive in such a rush that they're asking for an accident. We just give people their way, you know.
And how about the road? I remember 1 or 2 countries ago, you said the roads were great.
Yeah.
How are they now in Ecuador? How are they in Ecuador, and how do you think they are in Peru so far?
Ecuador has been a mix, depending on if you take the toll roads. Some of the mountain roads are pretty bad. Like yesterday when I drove from Cuenca, it was pretty bad, like pretty rough. Like the ruts were pretty deep. Like you can definitely see people. Like I had to lift my air suspension a lot. And you just take it slow. But Peru, I'm not sure. I've heard that the main roads are pretty good.
Do you have also insurance for third parties damages?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the bigger insurance through Carolina, and then I have the Stay Travels, guys. Stay Travels. So just talking about insurance, right?
Perfect timing.
Yeah, so I didn't want to show his face, but he was very kind. We met actually in Colombia at a campground, kind of waiting out some local roadblocks. We were waiting some roadblocks out together. Yeah, so insurance, yeah, I overlander, and then you meet other travelers and they give you little tips, you know, like, hey, do this, don't do that. This is overpaying. Yeah, so it's a lot of the community, people who drive the Pan American's pretty strong. It's pretty awesome.
What are you looking forward to? Are there any landmarks or specific locations you're on your way to that you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, actually, in Peru, I haven't really looked that much yet. I'll be honest. I really want to go to the salt flats in Bolivia.
Okay.
And yeah, it's the biggest salt flats in the world. It's like at 15,000 feet. It's very high. It's one of the and you can take really cool pictures. Like you could take really cool. It's the Unai salt flats. Yeah.
Yep, here it is.
Unai salt flat. Yeah, and it's and getting there, I've looked on charging. It should be okay. There's no fast chargers, just destination chargers like level 2. But it's really cool. You can take some really cool optical illusion pictures.
Yeah, there's a salt flat when I went to Yellowstone last year. That was a bit like this. Ooh, look at that! It's like a staircase there or something.
Yeah, staircase to heaven. I think
that's the ground. That's one of those optical illusion pictures.
Yeah, no, I'm super stoked to go. It'd be very interesting to see how everything turns out. No, it's sick. It's absolutely fantastic. So, but that's in Bolivia. And Bolivia has fuel problems, so they won't sell to any foreigners fuel like your gas. They won't sell. So yeah, there's like different things you have to do. Yeah. So, but that doesn't apply to me. But Bolivia is the hardest country for people to obtain fuel. Good fuel too, because diesel and gasoline sometimes is contaminated, which causes issue for the engine. It's like a whole thing. So stuff that I don't have to deal with, these guys have to deal with. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Bolivia is the most difficult country in South America to obtain fuel. It's a whole process. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I'm looking forward to going to a place, ironically, it's probably the most easiest to obtain fuel. I'm going to Texas next month to get a tour of the Gigafactory and going to Starbase as well.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And it's the perfect time of year because it's not exceptionally hot. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're also, me and my club, we're also going to have lunch at the Boring Bodega. Are you familiar with the Boring Bodega?
No.
Oh, so it's this bodega. It's got Boring Company branding. It's right next to the Boring Company headquarters, and it's right across the street from the Starlink factory. I'll bring it up here. I went there 2 years ago, and a Boring Company employee was so overheard me and like Tesla geeking out that he gave me a whole tour of the Boring Company headquarters.
That's cool.
So you got the Proof Rock Pub. They make sandwiches. They sell drinks. It's like a regular bodega, but then there's Hyperloop Plaza. They got pickleball courts. They got like video game console set up. They got Tesla swag and everything. It's like a Tesla themed restaurant. They got Tesla cocktails. There's a Boring Company flamethrower on the wall there. So next time you come back in the States and you coming through Texas, you definitely got to stop by the Boring Bodega.
Yeah, I think I really want to do a repeat of my road trip in the United States. There's a lot of places that I never really thoroughly enjoyed, and traveling the way I'm doing now, I do miss the US a lot. I miss my family. I miss my friends. So I'm super stoked to go back, probably summertime-ish, or maybe later. I'll be shipping Beluga back from Montevideo.
Nice.
I won't make the Tesla takeover in July. I talked to a few friends and they're like, don't worry about that. Like, just do your trip, enjoy it, and then once you come back, you come back. Don't have to.
Yeah. There'll be more and more Tesla events. I'll be planning. Yeah. I'm helping to plan at least one event per month in my state. Plus, there's other people planning 4 events per month. Plus, there's other big events all throughout the entire country.
Yeah. So yeah, there's plenty. This is kind of my Tesla event. Like being able to be down here. Like I do really feel the support, the love of the Tesla community, EV community in general, but especially the Tesla community. You have to be a little bit crazy to do this trip. There's stuff that you encounter that you just need a little bit of insanity to problem solve. What I'm trying to say, it takes a certain type of personality to do trips like this.
Yes. Are you logging it in PlugShare?
Yes. And nice. I do that pretty thoroughly. I talk about my experiences. Especially when I find there's a lot of chargers that are not on PlugShare that I find. Because there's other apps that people use. PlugShare is pretty dominant, but it's not always in there. So I try to add it if, for example, if I do campsites, like if people want to drive the Pan American, like it's a very limited amount, but the 220s, like this is stable here. You can charge here overnight, or even if it's an owner that is making his way and it's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, I could charge here. It's just that confidence, and people have helped me, so I want to carry that forward. That's very important. So.
Yep. PlugShare and Google Maps. Google Maps will probably be the second best source of info for chargers.
Yeah.
PlugShare 10 times better. I use it almost. Yeah, whenever I'm looking for a new charger, I was just using it last night. Where my friend was telling me about some free chargers right down the street from the castle. And gonna stay there next time because it's got good reviews, shows good photos of people checking in and charging late at night. And so I know that would be a good place for me to stay in charge overnight.
Yes. It still blows my mind that there's free charging, the amount that there is. But there'll always be some, but it won't be as much as it is today. Maybe. But for example, when I drove up to Alaska 2 times, I spent maybe $50 to drive over 6,000 miles, right? And I know those chargers a year later were paid chargers now, because they were collecting data. So I felt like I took full advantage. Like, and honestly, the charging is not that expensive. You can budget it in. It's not just that shouldn't be the free charging. I think shouldn't be the main reasons why you get electric vehicle, right? But it's a definitely pro, and everybody loves free charging. Like, people will leave their cars and drive across town, right? Which I also think shouldn't be a thing. I think I don't like that. I think if you're sleeping in it, I think it's different. That's okay because you're with the vehicle. But if you just, anyways, but yeah, I think you shouldn't just get a electric vehicle or a Tesla just to have free charge.
I think a good way for companies to afford charging is, well, you remember this company called Volta? They had the big TV screen and they had ran the ads.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great business model for Tesla, dude. They have so much space at their chargers, especially on the cabinets, that they could put advertising on. They sell that as ad space. That would increase their revenue, and they can pass the additional revenue as savings at the chargers, so they can make charging less expensive, and then be able to justify an unlimited charging plan at a competing price point, $200 or $250 a month or whatever it is, by getting that additional revenue with ad space. I think there's a lot of potential with that, especially, or they just put ads on for their own vehicles. Like, how many people approach you at a charging station, ask you questions about the car? They want to do a test drive, maybe. That's some of the only times they see a Tesla up close. They don't go to the Tesla locations. So if Tesla put up a sign that says, scan this to book a test drive right there at the charging station, that'd be huge.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna go. I have another 2-hour drive, and I kind of want to get some money change and some other things I have to figure out. It was great to chat again. I love this because I also feel like I can share with you kind of like YouTube lags a few weeks behind sometimes. But here you get up to date. Like I'm at the Peruvian border, just crossed about 2 hours ago, and now I'm on my way to my campground and figure that charging situation out.
Nice, nice. Well, yeah, great talking with you as always, my good man. Stay cyber safe and keep doing the Tesla van life, my good man. Till next time.
Thanks, man. Cheers, Carson. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.